Well, we have officially heard on a lot of the PSR stuff for this year, and Everton obviously one affected by that. Could the Everton interest situation have been resolved now after they passed PSR for 2023-2024?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Everton have passed PSR for this last year, but also more importantly, the hearing that was there um, cleared Everton of any other past issues regarding the interest payments for the stadium. There was a question from the Premier League as to whether the interest payments should be capitalised or not. And I think we've been saying now, at least I've been saying for some time, that this was a pretty clear situation and it should have not taken this long to resolve. So Everton have had what I would call a sword of Damocles hanging over them for the last few months. And what people have got to appreciate is that this means that you've got big legal bills still running while these things are still pending. And I noticed that there was a major point made by the Premier League when they decided to say that Everton had there would be no further action, was that all costs would have to be paid by each separate party. That's obviously making a point to say, look, the Premier League don't want Everton to come after them for costs, and I think Everton would have had every right to do so. So anyway, look, yes, we're happy it's all resolved. It's in the past. And also, it's good that Everton have passed this last year's PSR as well.
And are you surprised that Everton were clear of any potential PSR issues or points deductions?
No, I think it was going to be close. I think it was all thanks to the good work that Kevin Thelwell did back in the summer with some of the academy sales that he did. I don't think it would have been very easy to have got everything done, but they did it. And they've obviously been fairly confident that they would have met the numbers as they had to. So I think a lot of kudos is due to them. This was all happening, of course, under the previous ownership, and it would not have been easy at that time. So, I think they've done a great job, and the main thing is that they're there. What I do detect is a sort of thawing in the relationship with the Premier League in terms of the aggression they were showing against clubs before. All the clubs have passed PSR, whereas I get the feeling that before there might have been some sort of desire to find loopholes or issues or some way to pick a fight with a lot of clubs. And I'm pleased to say that this seems to be thawing, and hopefully we can get back to football and not having all these legal issues we keep after talking about. Be talking about.
And on the stadium naming front, does the Qatar Airways' new £80 million title sponsorship with Rugby Union's Nations Championship mean they may actually be out of the running for the Everton Stadium naming? Because I remember you thought they were definitely one of the front runners, and this is obviously a pretty big amount of money they're putting forward.
Yeah, I thought they might have been one of the front runners because of the fact Liverpool Airport, Manchester Airport, certainly Qatar operate out of Manchester. I don't think they operate out of Liverpool yet, but there's a possibility. So they may not be the prime candidate, but still they were definitely an option. I think the rugby sponsorship, I don't think that necessarily knocks off any football sponsorship at all. It's an interesting one to pick on rugby because this is a new championship that has been developed and it operates really from the summer through till November. And that's an unusual time for rugby. It's never been a major focus for rugby at all. So they're taking a bit of a risk with that new championship sort of starting off. It may work for them. I hope it does, of course. But I still think that they could be in the running for stadium naming rights, although I would put them in the sort of second tier of possibilities.